New icon to represent people's unity. Over 83,000 food premises inspected this year. A very good evening and welcome. You're watching the evening edition of News on 2. I'm Adrian Seat. Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Tun Razak has launched the revamped icon of One Malaysia Negaraku, which combines the One Malaysia concept and the Negaraku initiative. During the icon launch at Putrajaya today, the Premier said the rebranding of the One Malaysia icon was to avoid confusion amongst the people who have become familiar with the two concepts.
Jadi untuk mengelakkan kekeliruan di kalangan rakyat, maka kita bersetuju untuk menggabungkan kedua dalam satu simbol, satu ikon negara, supaya kita tidak ketepikan satu Malaysia dan kita juga tidak memberi tumpuan kepada negaraku Malaysia seolah-olah satu Malaysia tak wujud lagi ataupun ada satu konsep yang baru.
The Deputy Prime Minister, Datuk Sri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, and Communications and Multimedia Minister, Datuk Sri Dr. Saleh Said Kerouac, were also present during the launch today. The redesigned One Malaysia Negaraku icon has the Malaysian flag, or Jalu Gemilang, wrapped around the number 1 figure, with the word Negaraku appearing at its base. A total of 83,050 food premises were inspected in the operation dubbed Operasi Makanan Bersih from January to June this year. Now, the operation by the Health Ministry also saw 147 premises being closed for not observing a proper food hygiene. According to Health Minister Datuk Sri Dr. S. Subramaniam, 114 government canteens had also been inspected during the same period and 6 of them were closed down. He added that 33 premises were slapped with a compound for offences under the Food Hygiene Regulations 2009. He said the ministry, through its Food Safety and Quality Division, will review the catering service contracts for canteen operators in government hospitals to focus on serving more nutritious food and on pest control.
Pihak-pihak yang ingin mematuhi syarat-syarat yang telah ditetapkan, kita akan menyenarai hitam mereka dan saya akan bincang dengan Datuk TSU macam mana di dalam keadaan-keadaan terlampau kita boleh membatalkan kontrak yang diberi kepada mereka. Okey?
The Royal Malaysian Navy, or TLDM, handed over a body found near the collision of USS John S. McCain and an oil tanker to its U.S. counterparts today. TLDM, in a statement, said a U.S. Seahawk helicopter landed on KD LaQ at around 8:30 a.m. and U.S. Navy officers identified the body. Following the identification, the body was placed on the helicopter and taken back to the USS John S. McCain. The body was reportedly found about 8 nautical miles from the spot where USS John S. McCain collided with the Liberian-registered MV Alnic MC. Earlier, the Malaysian Maritime Enforcement Agency, or MMEA, said the search areas for the missing sailors of USS John S. McCain have been widened. The search area now covers 488 nautical miles, while the search zones have been increased from 4 to 9. The search and rescue operation, which started at 7 a.m. on Tuesday, was hampered by storm clouds, choppy seas and winds. In a related development, the commander of the U.S. Navy's 7th Fleet is to be relieved of his duties in the wake of a series of ship accidents in the Pacific. U.S. officials said that Vice Admiral Joseph Aucoin was being removed due to the leadership's loss of confidence in his ability to command. The move came after 2 fatal collisions involving naval ships. 7 sailors died in June after the USS Fitzgerald collided with a ship off Japan. The collision between USS John S. McCain with a tanker off Singapore on Monday resulted in the missing of several sailors. The decision to remove Aucoin was first reported by the Wall Street Journal. The Jitra Magistrate Court has remanded two individuals to assist investigations into the murder of a Bukit Aman police officer in Changlun who was shot in cold blood last Friday. Magistrate Muhammad Hadi Hakimi Harun issued the remand order on the two suspects, aged 35 and 39, which would end on August 28th. To date, 5 suspects have been remanded since Saturday. In the gruesome incident that happened on Friday, Sub-Inspector Abu Hashim Ismail, 54, was shot dead by a lone gunman who fired 6 shots at close range from outside the gate of the house in Taman Sri Hosba, Changlun at around 10:25 p.m. The case is now being investigated under Section 302 of the Penal Code. A Port Dickson Polytechnic student claimed trial to 7 counts of abducting and sexually assaulting a 9-year-old girl at the Seremban Sessions and Magistrates Court today. The charges were read to the accused, Umar Arifin, 21, before judges G. Ramesh and Nur Hayati Mat and Magistrate KB Alina Hong Zilan. Allegedly abducted the victim from her father's care at a house in Port Dickson Polytechnic at 3:30 a.m. on August 14th. He was charged under Section 363 of the Penal Code for the offence, which carries a maximum imprisonment up to 7 years or a fine if found guilty. The accused also faced 6 counts of committed multiple sexual assaults against the same victim on June the 14th to August the 14th between 3 a.m. to 7:10 p.m., which under Section 14 subsection A and Section 14 subsection D of the Children's Sexual Abuse Offences Act 2017 is liable to a maximum of 20 years and whipping if found guilty. The court allowed 25,000 ringgit bail for one surety for all charges and ordered the accused to report to Lukut Police Station once a month. He was ordered not to intimidate or go near the victim or her family members, and the court fixed September 25th for remention. A restaurant waiter faces 5 counts of downloading and sending obscene, offensive images through his smartphone about 3 years ago. However, he pleaded not guilty and claimed trial at the Johor Bahru Sessions Court today. The accused, Nazri Matno, was charged with sending obscene pictures via the WhatsApp application to Tian Ziyin between December the 29th and 31st in 2014. Nazri, who works in a food outlet in Pontian, allegedly sent the pictures with the intention to offend the victim. For all 5 counts, he was charged under Section 233 subsection 1 subsection A of the Communications and Multimedia Act 1998, Act 558. Upon conviction, he had been fined up to 50,000 ringgit or imprisonment of up to 1 year or both. Judge Kamaruddin Kamsun set a 3,000 ringgit bail in one surety and September 13th for the case mentioned. Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission Prosecution Department Director Muhammad Sopian Zakaria prosecuted the case while Nazri was not represented. A man was charged with trafficking 198.45 kilograms of cannabis last month. Muhammad Haris Abdul Malik, 22, was accused of selling the contraband in the vehicle checkpoint lane of the Bukit Kayu Hitam Immigration Customs Quarantine and Safety Complex at 8:40 a.m. on August the 9th. Now, the accused is charged under Section 39B, subsection 1, subsection A of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952, which carries the mandatory death penalty, that is, death by hanging. Muhammad Haris nodded his head when the charges were read before senior magistrates Muhammad Hadi Hakimi Harun. The prosecution was led by Deputy Public Prosecutor Akhairi Duraini Aziz, whereas the accused was unrepresented. Judge Muhammad Hadi set October the 23rd as the date for the case mentioned while awaiting the toxicology report. Meanwhile, in Kuala Lumpur, a Pakistani carpet merchant was fined 3,600 ringgit by Kuala Lumpur Magistrates Court after pleading guilty to possessing methamphetamine. Fazalullah Fazal Maula, 30, was found guilty of committing the offence along the Federal Highway in Brickfields area at 9:15 p.m. on July the 7th. He was charged with 2 counts of being in possession of the drugs, which weighed 0.3 grams and 0.01 grams. Tests also revealed that the accused was positive for drugs. He was charged under Section 12, subsection 3 of the Dangerous Drugs Act 1952, which, if found guilty, entails a fine of up to 100,000 ringgit or up to 5 years imprisonment or both. A fisherman who was reported missing at the area of Kampong Badong yesterday evening was found safe this morning. Ismail bin Jem, age 55, was found by fishermen in Kampong Pasindaro at 8:52 a.m. by the beach in a weakened state. Fire and rescue personnel rushed to the location to retrieve the victim in Kampong Pasin by boat, a 1-hour journey from the Batang Lhasa base. Now, the victim was handed over to the Daro Hospital health officials for treatment. Now, on a lighter note, Malaysia's Giant Panda Conservation Centre today hosted a joint birthday celebration for a panda family living there. Male panda Xing Xing and female Liang Liang are both 11, while their female offspring Nuan Nuan is now 2. Take a look. Nuan Nuan, who was born in Malaysia, is set to leave the country soon and will be transported back to Chengdu in China. As part of the panda policy, all offsprings of giant pandas on loan to Malaysia must be returned to China. Giant Panda Conservation Centre Director Mat Naim Ramli explained to journalists how they are training Nuan Nuan to feel comfortable in a crate as part of a travel preparation back to Chengdu.
When she go inside, we feed her inside the crate and we close. Let her be there for about 2-3 hours a day, until that time. So it's a progress.
He also elaborated on plans for a further breeding program with Xing Xing and Liang Liang after Nuan Nuan leaves, saying it depends on the interest between the two pandas. Coming up next, petrol prices remain unchanged in the final week of August, with a diesel a few cents cheaper. Thanks for staying with us. Now, the final week of August sees a fuel prices of RON 95 and RON 97 remain unchanged from the week before. Diesel, meanwhile, is a few cents cheaper. The following is the latest weekly fuel price, effective midnight. Merchant Trade Asia Sdn Bhd is securing its position as the leading homegrown money services business provider by spurring the growth of its fintech services through a partnership with Bonus Card Loyalty Sdn Bhd or Bonus Link. Merchant Trade's fintech services includes ePermit, a money transfer service, and eForex, an online foreign exchange currency service that will now be offered to Bonus Link's 8 million members nationwide. In an event in Kuala Lumpur today to seal the partnership, Merchant Trade's founder and managing director Ramasamy K. Viren said the tremendous opportunities derived from the partnership will accelerate fintech services to grow even faster.
I think Bonus Link gives us a very perfect match for us. They have almost 8 million customer base, and I think if you look at demographic, I think everybody need to change money, everybody want to remit money. I think giving a loyalty points give us a very perfect to increase our base.
The partnership is expected to drive Merchant Trade's growth further, with 1 billion ringgit e-remit transactions alone in 2018. Ramasamy said in 2016, the e-permit platform recorded 650 million ringgit in transactions, and the amount is expected to reach 800 million ringgit this year, whilst the e-forex projected growth will be 140% by year end of 2017. Still ahead, another train derailed in India, injuring. On to sports. A national hammer thrower Jackie Wong Siu Chia set a new games record and a national record with a hurl of 65.90 meters at the National Stadium in Bukit Jalil to win Malaysia's first SEA Games gold medal in a men's hammer throw since 2001. Now, Jackie's effort erased the previous record of 65.63 meters set by Filipino Caleb Stewart at the 2015 Singapore SEA Games. The Sarawakian also broke the national record of 65.34 meters he set in the South Korean Open in June. The 25-year-old from Sarike emulated his fellow hometown thrower Wong TQ, Malaysia's last winner in the event, in winning the gold medal with a throw of 65.90 meters. Thailand's Kittipong Bunamawan settled for silver despite leading for the first two rounds, while Arnel Ferreira of the Philippines claimed bronze. More good news from the Malaysian contingent. Bowlers Charlene Zulkifli, Esther Chia and Seely Jane won Malaysia's fourth gold in the SEA Games bowling competition by winning the women's trios event at Sunway Mega Lanes. Malaysia also took the bronze medal through Natasha Roslan, Siti Safia Amira Abdul Rahman and Shaidatul Afifah Badrul Hamidi. It was Malaysia's first title in the event since the 2007 Korat Games. Charlene, Esther and Lee Jane posted a combined 6-game total of 3,835 pinfalls, averaging 213.10. Now, for the record, it was Charlene's 18th SEA Games gold medal since she made her debut in the 1993 Singapore edition. Singapore's Cherry Tan, New Hugh Fun and Shayna Ng posted a 3,795 series for the silver medal, followed by Natasha, Siti, Safia and Shaidatul on 3,785. Now, Malaysia continues to be dominant at the 29th SEA Games, winning 44 gold medals, 35 silver and 25 bronze as at 6:30 this evening. This is followed by Vietnam with 22 gold, 14 silver and 20 bronze, while Singapore is in third place with 21 gold, 21 silver and 19 bronze medals. Take a look at our medal tally. Malaysia added another goal in gymnastics today, while medals were also won in cycling and shooting. The women's badminton team, meanwhile, continue to get their hopes up after progressing to the team event final, defeating Indonesia in the semis today. For more updates on the games today, we will now head over to the Malaysian International Trade and Exhibition Centre on MyTech in Kuala Lumpur with Amin Peter Carlos. All yours, Peter.
Thank you, Adrian. Good evening from MyTech. Malaysia won 1 gold, 1 silver and a bronze medal in the apparatus final of the artistic gymnastics event at the Malaysian International Trade and Exhibition Centre, MyTech. Farah Ann Abdul Hadi successfully defended her SEA Games gold medal after winning the floor exercise apparatus with 13.450 points, ahead of Philippines' La Cruz with 13.025 points and Rifda Irfana Lutfi with 13.000 points in second and third, respectively. Now, meanwhile, after a much heated decision in the women's beam final, Malaysia's Tan Ing Yue was awarded the silver instead of the earlier gold medal with a final score of 13.100 points, while Indonesia's Rifda took the gold with 13.125 points. Now, Kathleen Seraliane de la Cruz finished in third. In the men's high bar event, where we saw in 2015 SEA Games, gold medalist Jeremiah Lu Pei Zing clinched the bronze medal after recording 13.000 points, just 0.350 points behind Vietnam's Lee Tan Tung and Din Hua Than in first and second, respectively. Malaysia's hope in cycling, Jupa Somnet, did not disappoint after she finished in 3 hours, 14 minutes and 16 seconds to win the silver medal in the women's team race. Jupa bettered the achievement on her teammate Nurul Suhada Zainal, who only managed a bronze 2 years ago. Nurul Suhada could not finish the race this time after she was involved in a mass collision during the race.
Tadi dalam last 1 kilo tu memang banyak nak jatuh lah. Saya terhimpit banyak kali. Tapi saya macam mana pun saya tetap fokus juga. Saya tolak rider untuk saya kejar Vietnam. Tapi itu pun dah tak sempat. Tapi bersyukurlah dapat silver.
Jupa, who had won the silver in the women's criterium 2 days ago, well, she said her target now is to get the gold medal in the Omnium on Sunday. Malaysia won 2 silver today at the National Shooting Range in Subang through the 25-meter men's rapid-fire pistol and the men's skeet. Hazri Izwan Amir Hassan was beaten to the goal by Vietnam's Ha Min Than, while bronze went to Thailand's Pumthai Sukhonpanich. Meanwhile, 20-year-old newcomer Joseph Lee Jun Kit clinched the silver in the men's skeet event. Joseph was pipped by Thailand's Jinanut Hathaitukhyat, who scored 50 points to clinch the goal, while another Thai, Jang Panit Tanap, scored 38 points for the bronze. Mohana Priya has the story.
I'm now at the National Shooting Range in Subang, where 2 gold medals are at stake today, the skeet men's finals and the 25-meter rapid-fire pistol. And we just finished the skeet men's finals, where Malaysia has won the silver medal. With me right now is Joseph Lee Jun Kit, who won us a silver with 48 points. Joseph, how are you feeling?
I'm actually feeling quite happy because this is like my first SEA Games, and I've actually shot with my competitors today, last like few years back, and I was actually quite surprised with my performance the past 2 days.
That's fantastic. And in fact, you were leading pretty much most of the parts of the event. So how do you feel that you were leading and you just very narrowly missed the goal?
I'm actually okay with it because the past week I was training for my finals. I didn't really shoot well, but today the score was actually quite good. And I guess I have to blame myself for losing maybe the lead.
Well, to be fair, you're only 20 years old. When did you start shooting?
I started shooting when I was 14, when my dad has a gun. I mean, he still has a gun. So he asked me to try skeet, and the person who worked at the range says I might have some talent and potential. That's when my dad started pursuing me to shoot lah. I mean, then after that my coach recruited me as he saw potential.
How are you going to celebrate yourself?
I don't know actually. Haven't thought about it. Still too far ahead.
Well, we wish you all the best and congratulations again. I think that's a very stunned and bewildered Joseph Lee, who has just won a silver for men's finals. I'm Mohana Priya for News on 2.
Well, meanwhile, the national women's badminton squad also progressed to the team event final after defeating Indonesia 3-0 in the semi-finals today at the Axiata Arena in Bukit Jalil. Sonia Chia delivered the opening point for Malaysia, downing Fitriani in straight games 21-17, 21-17. Vivian Hu Woon Ki Wei had it easy in the doubles as their opponents Nikatut Mahadewi Istriani and Roshita Eka Putri Sari withdrew due to injury in the first set. And Vivian and Ke Wei were leading 7-5 at the time. Goh Jin Wei then sealed victory for Malaysia with a straightforward 21-16, 21-13 with over Hana Ramadini. Malaysia who last won the women's team event in 2009, will play defending champions Thailand for the gold on Thursday at the same venue. Well, Thailand had beaten Singapore 3-0 in their semi-final. The most anticipated polo match between Malaysia and Brunei witnessed the national team celebrate victory as they won the game 12-4 at the Equestrian Park in Putrajaya. Well, Malaysia will next play Singapore on Thursday. In the first Tuka, Malaysia led 2-1, scored by team captain Shaikh Rizman Muhammad Ismail, who had the handicap of 3. And starting from the second chuka, Malaysia managed to widen the gap. And in the third, the national team led by 8-2. Then Malaysia scored another 4 points in the fourth chuka as the team galloped to victory. While the others in the Malaysian...
And that